Hey everyone, welcome to Simplilearn's YouTube channel. Today, we will learn about the Customer Analytics dashboard in Tableau. That said, if these are the type of videos you'd like to watch, then hit that like and subscribe buttons and the bell icon to get notified. Just for a quick info, if you want to upskill yourself, master business analytics skills and land your dream job or grow in your career, then you must explore Simplilearn's cohort of various business analytics programs. Simplilearn offers postgraduate program from Purdue University in collaboration with Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. Through this program, you will gain knowledge and work-ready expertise in skills like prescriptive and predictive analytics, regression, classification, and over a dozen others. That's not all. You also get the opportunity to work on multiple projects and learn from industry experts in top-tier product companies and academicians from top universities. After completing these courses, thousands of learners have transitioned into a business analytics role as a fresher or moved on to a higher paying job profile. If you are passionate about making your career in this field, then make sure to check out the link in the pinned comment and description box below to find out a business analytics program that fits your experience and areas of interest. Now, without further delay, let's get started with the Customer Analytics dashboard using Tableau. Now, let us get back to the Tableau dashboard. So here we have started the Tableau public and we will be creating a new workbook, right? So for creating a new workbook, you might need the data, right? So we have a lot of options here: Microsoft Excel, text file, JSON, Microsoft Access, PDF, spatial file, statistical file, etc. Right? So we will be working on a Microsoft Excel file today. And the data source that we will be dealing with today is from Amazon sales report from the year 20 and 21. So we have open Kaggle here and we have here Amazon sales fiscal year 2020 and 2021. So we have order date, order ID, status, item, etc. So we will be having around 35 to 36 columns around in this particular data set, and it will talk about multiple details about this data, right? And I presume this has about thousands of rows. So seems like a good data set to begin with. Now let's download this particular data set and begin working on that. So here I've already downloaded that particular data set, which is Amazon FY 20 to 21. And I've also extracted the same data set over here. So this is the data set that we will be start ahead with that. Let's make a copy of this and paste it in the downloads folder. And this is where we will be accessing it. Let's change the data type from CSV to a workbook and make some minor data changes. Since we have the older data 2021, it might seem a little old. You can just try to enhance the learning experience just by changing the dates so that you can have a feeling that you are working on the latest data sets, right? It can enhance your learning experience. So let's try to do that. Now, before we go ahead with that, let's try to save it as Excel workbook. Save it. There you go. And if you come back to your month here, yeah, we have 2020. It might take a little while because this is a really huge data set for Excel. So we have 2020 copy. So you can use find and select, replace 2020 with 2022 maybe, and replace all. This will take a little while. You can see the cells getting replaced over here. This will not just only change the year value here. If you go to the month here, you can see that also is getting changed, right? So both data types are month and date. So it might take a while, and we will change the 2021 number with 2023. It could be, give you an interesting feeling that you're working on the latest data set. 3 lakh plus replacements done. So pretty much this is a huge and good data set to work with. And now let's change the year 2021 with 2023, replace all. Again, it might take a little while for that. So for being a data scientist, you need to know some of the data cleaning operations to work with. So for now, I presume the data has been completely cleaned because I checked this particular data set. So I've already worked on one of these data sets and already created minor short charts and everything. So I've checked this, I've cleaned the dataset and everything. But if you are beginning with a new dataset, trust me, you need to know some of the data cleaning activities where you might have to prepare some Tableau calculations, you might have to write some parameters, you might have to create some bins right? So for example, if you have status over here and if you wanted to perform some calculations on this particular data set, so this particular status one will be into dimensions but not measures. This is not a number. Let's say you just have two values here, received or order cancelled, right? You might want to create a new Tableau parameter here and change the values to 1 for received and 0 for order cancelled, right? You might have to do some calculations over there, and then you can drag that particular newly created measure into the rows and columns and create a new chart. So you might have to know some Tableau parameters, Tableau calculated fields, and data cleaning activities using some of the tools like Excel. So I would recommend Excel as a good data cleaning tool, which is pretty, it might take a while. There you go. We have 5 lakh plus replacements done successfully. And now I think you can get started with the data. You just quickly save it as Amazon's FY 2021 and 2022. We just made 2021, 2023 and 2022. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, now everything is fine. Now you can just quickly close this particular Excel file because this might not be required in the background. You can just quickly have a view of your data set on the Tableau window itself. Okay, let's quickly save it now and close this particular Excel file. And don't worry, for those who want to work on this data set, we will be leaving the Kaggle link in the description box below. Or if you want the exact same data set that I am using right now, after doing some data cleaning activities, that will also be uploaded to a drive, and we will leave the drive link in the description box below. Now let's go to a new Tableau window. So this is my new Tableau window, and let's quickly extract the data from Excel file and go to downloads. I think it's here. Click on that particular file, just click open. Now it might take a little while to load and open that particular file because it might have more than 5 lakh rows, as we just made sure during the data cleaning activity. It might take a little while. Yeah, there you go. We have loaded the data successfully. Elapsed time 5 seconds for loading the preview. Let's give it some time. Let it take its own time and work on that. Yeah, there you go. The data set got successfully loaded, and here we have the fields, right? So what are the column headers we are having, and what are the, we have the entire details of that particular file over here, which are the measures, which are the dimensions. So wherever you can see an alphabetical thing that comes under dimensions, and if you see a special symbol like this one, like a calendar symbol, that also comes in dimensions. And if you see a globe kind of symbol, right, where you have this here, country, city, state, and zip code, these are also dimensions. And wherever you find a hash symbol, that is a measure, which means it deals with numbers. And if you create a new calculated field, then you can recognize that particular measure will be indicated with a value equals to and hashtag. So you will have equal symbol and hashtag symbol together, which means that that's a newly created calculated field or user defined measures field, right? And here you have some values in your data set, right? Some of might be blank spaces. Like let's say you don't know the data cleaning operations. Let's say you don't know Excel. Before we started off with this particular video, we discussed about data cleaning. Let's say you don't know to clear data cleaning, you don't know the process of cleaning your data, and there are some empty cells or empty rows which you might want to get rid, but you don't know how. Don't worry, you just load the data onto your Tableau, and the Tableau will have an option update now or update automatically, which will clear off all the empty values or null values or any of the invalid entries in your data set, and it will clean the entire data for you. So this is the data preview that you can come back anytime and look after, and you can also have a good look on your data set and try to create your own storyboards, right? So here we have various columns, so we can create our own stories, or you can create your own ideas, what you want to expect or what you want to create from this particular data set, and get on with building your worksheets. And ultimately at the end, we will complete this particular sheets, and we will drag all those sheets onto one single interactive dashboard on Tableau. So that was the overview of this particular tutorial today. Let's get started with the first sheet. Here we have the first sheet, and let's go to the worksheet. Have a very big data set, right? Now here we have the dimensions, and here we have the measures, right? We discussed about this dimensions and measures. Now let's get started. So the first one we want to create is region-wise revenues. So in this particular data set, we might have about 4 to 5 regions in the United States of America, and we want to check the region-wise revenue. For that, just drag regions to columns, and here we have revenue named as total. You can drag this particular measure to rows, and you can automatically see I did not even land that particular field onto the rows. It's automatically considered as sum aggregation, right? It is calculating the sum of total sales happened in each of these regions, and we have it here. And if you hold the control key or command key and select that particular sum total and drag it onto labels, you will get the labels. What's the number of dollars or rupees or any based on the area, how much amount of revenue did you collect in individual regions. And if you drag this particular region by holding control and land it onto color, you can see we will have individual colors for individual regions, right? There you go. And you can name this particular sheet as region wise revenue. Now we can create a new sheet, and here you can check the payment methods done by various customers. So you can try to identify which is the highly recommended or highly used payment method for all the users. We can use the same sum total, and you can see Tableau is automatically predicting the type of chart. You have a lot of charts available here. It is recommending you the best one, and in case if you are looking for any modifications, you can also do that. And now I would like to go with a pie chart, and it's here ready. And you can see we have a very small pie chart over here. That can be changed. You can just click on the entire view, and if you come back to the tab over here, you can see we can add the payment method onto the label so that we can identify which kind of payment has been done the most, right? And you can also add sum total, right, total value to label so that you can get the numbers over here for a better view, right? You can also do some detailing to this particular chart, right? You can make some modifications if you want. We can change the sheet name to payment methods, and you can see 42,000, 42 million, 38 million, 47 million. So Bank Alafa, so this payment method from Bank Alafa Bank has been done the major payment, right? So these are the things you can you can consider, and the next time you're pushing some sale, you can give an offer out. If you're paying from Bank Alafa, you can get some discount, like say 5%, 10%. Or if you want to boost some of the bank payments, let's say finance settlements here, so we have a very less amount of payments done, you can also provide an offer for them. If you're paying from finance settlement, you can use some coupons, right? So this is the way you can identify, and you can also provide some insights to your higher authorities. Now let's go on to the new sheet and try to create a new one. Now let's say we have a state here, right? You can push down state and identify which state has done the maximum revenue. Push it over here, and here you have it. And if you want, you can create a map. Click on the map, and here you go. And for some reason I'm unable to get this particular region over here. Maybe it is because of the paid version, since Salesforce has taken over Tableau. I think we might have some issues over here, but still this is how it works. And I think you can also get an option over here to identify which particular state has done what. You can push the state into the label option, and you can get the labels here. State wise revenue, And if you change it to this, I think you are getting over here. I think this should work for us. You can also get to know which state has done what, right? And now let's try to create a new sheet. Now we can do another thing where if we can find out the month-on-month sales, right? You can just quickly drag this particular month to rows, and you can drag the total revenue to columns, and if you quickly change these, you can find out this particular linear map. And if you click on plus, you will get quarterly, and if you click on plus again, you get monthly sales. So we don't want quarterly, you can just drag it around. We don't want that. And if you again remove the year, I think you have month-on-month sales over here. And if you want the data to be shown as month, you can quickly pull the month to label here, and it will give you months. There you go. And you can also change colors. That's it. And you can identify that in the month of December we have a lot of sales happening around USA. So it's due to the Christmas Eve, right? So that's it. And you can name it as month-on-month revenue. And now let's try to create not a dashboard. Okay, I think I pressed on the wrong button. We need a new chart, new worksheet. And now we have found out payment methods and status, right? Remember we had a lot of statuses over there. That's order cancel or something like that. Let's see. Okay, before that we have another parameter which was about category, right? We have it in the dimensions here. Let's see which category has highest sales, or which category has provided the highest number of revenue. You can identify. We have mobiles and tablets to provide the highest number of revenue. You can also sort it based on descending order, category wise revenue. There you go. And now let's try to identify what category has highest number of cancellations, what category has highest number of goods delivered, right? So let's quickly drag category again to columns, and status to columns, and drag value, and you can have a detailed observation here. Change the status based on cancellation, and you can drag status to color. There you go. And try to arrange them in descending order. So highest number of orders which were cancelled are from mobile applications. Completed are also from mobiles and applications, and received is also from mobiles and applications. Good. So there you go. We have category-wise statuses uploaded. You can let know the companies which are branding mobile phones and tablets. You can let them know you can receive highest number of orders, but also be ready for highest number of cancellations from the receivers. Now let's also discuss about the discount percentage received from every state. So which was the state that received the highest number of discount percentage or highest discount amount, right? You can take up anything, maybe zip code, or let's take the zip code columns. Let's add all the numbers. You can also filter out based on your requirement, or if you don't want zip code, if that's confusing to you, you can just use city or state, whichever you want. We also have city. So let's go with the state as usual and add it into columns, and discount amount. You can find out the highest discount was from California, CA. And if you want, you can change the color. And if you want to go with a new type of chart, you can also do that. Just push state to different colors, and there you have it, right? And if you just want to select one single state, let's say keep only this, you can just directly get that. And if you want to select anything else, you can also do that. State wise discounts. That's it. And let's also try to create some more stories out of it. Region wise discount, value, total or quantity of orders. So you can also try to create a new sheet, highest orders based on region column, quantity ordered, 2 rows, and you can also put down category over there, or we have gender, so we can identify which gender was placing a lot of orders from what region. You can quickly drag gender and drop it to columns. There you go. So you can also drag the same gender onto color so that you have some differentiation between male and female. And surprisingly, we have the west region to be leading in the highest number of orders in the female gender, and rest all the regions have males ordering the highest number of goods. So you can also drag sum of quantity order to labels to know the actual numbers. There you go. And let's try to calculate, or let's try to identify orders versus discounts. So let's try to identify if the discounts are provided, then does the amount of orders or number of orders increase or not, right? Discount, this is orders, right? So now we're taking the values from the measures. Both the values are from measures, right? In that situation, you might end up with some chart like this. So you might want to do some modifications to your chart. Ask Tableau to consider this particular data set as a dimension, and this particular data as a dimension again. There you go. You have some values over there. And discount percentage, so it's considering from 0. You can change it. You can go to format, terrain on that, discrete, go to filter, and you can give minimum percentage as 10%. Press OK, and there you go. And you can see whenever there is a discount that's been provided, you have a maximum orders, right? So the minimum 10% discount has been ordered, and one order was there. And with the increasing number of discounts, here we have 75% discount, and the quantity order was 31. Not 31, it's 371. There you go. So as the discount percentage got increased, the number of orders increased. That's it. And let's try to create some more stories out of it. So now let's try to calculate the net, gross, and validity in valid. So you might want to know what is gross. So it's like the total amount of revenue spent or total amount of revenue which you collected. And again, net is something which you get out after profits and everything. So let's try to calculate that category wise. So I will take the total value, place it in rows. Now that particular data is available in the column with the name BIST standards, and now let's pull category. There you go, you can sort it. Push category to colors so that you have different colors for different categories, right? So you have the data for gross amount, net amount, and valid. You can even push sum total to label so that you can have exact numbers over there. That's pretty much right. This is gross, net, and valid category wise. There you go. And now let's try to find out what age groups are placing the maximum number of orders. Right. Now let's take the order quantity to rows, and I think we have age somewhere in the dimensions. We have it in values. Okay. Now we have a problem, right? So it's taking as sum. Now you might want to iterate a little. If you go back to age here and try to create some bins, create a group, and the minimum bins, let's give 10. Okay, so we have a new dimension created. This was about it, right? I mean, initially when I was telling you about the bins and calculated fields, this is about it. So if we have the measures, and if you wanted to deal with measures, and then in those scenarios you might want to make some modifications to measures and improve or create some calculated fields, bins, Tableau parameters, and etc. to create a new chart that you're looking for. That's exactly what we did here. So we created a age bracket and we created an age bin. So the age between 10 to 20, 20 to 30, right? This is what we did. And we have, okay, let's hold control and label some quantity ordered to colors. You can also modify that if you want. So intensity of color provides that highest number of orders were made from that particular age group, right? So I presume the age bin 60 was making the highest number of orders, right? So maybe their grandparents who are trying to gift their grandchildren, and between age of 10 to 20 they are purchasing the least, and from 20 to 30 maybe they are teenagers, youngsters which or parents, they want to get their children. So that's what it is. So we have so far age. Okay, let's name the sheet as age wise. So far we have a few numbers over here. That's good. Now we can we have some sheets over here. We can proceed with a new dashboard, and then now we can drag the sheets, right? And if you want to change the dimension, you can also change the dimension. Let's go with maximum, automatic max. If you want to increase it, you can also increase the width. There you go. We have a perfect canvas over here, and you can push each and every sheet onto the dashboard, and you can change the way it looks like. Let's push the payment and push it over here, and then go to state wise. You can also, okay, let's push the region a little towards the end, right? So if you want, so these are the filters, right? If you want to look on the data from Middle West and from a particular payment method, right, you can also get that. We have payment method, state-wise revenue, region-wise revenue, and so we have region-wise payment and state-wise. Now month-on-month revenue. Let's check the month-on-month revenue. And category-wise, so we have the category-wise. Or you can also, if you want a better look, you can expand this, right? You can do that. Let's not do that. We have a few more sheets to add, right? State-wise, somewhere over here. Highest orders somewhere here. Discount versus orders placed here. Cost net and age wise. So that's how we created a new interactive dashboard. And if you click on females and you get the only values you want from the females, and if you unselect that, it happens. And if you scroll up your the filters, and if you want the numbers from South region, you get that. And if you want to get the details of some banker lava, you get here. And if you want the category wise sales, let's say you want to go with beauty and grooming products, you get the details over here. And that's how you create a interactive customer analysis dashboard using Tableau. And with that, we have come to an end of this session on the customer analysis dashboard using Tableau. And if you have any queries regarding any of the topics covered in this session, or if you require any more insights from this dataset, or if you feel like you need some assistance or PPT dataset that we used, steps, etc., please feel free to let us know in the comment section below, and our team of experts will be more than happy to resolve them. Until next time, thank you for watching and stay tuned for more from Simplilearn.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.